Do you struggle with a nasty slice? We're going to be looking at what actually causes a slice and one particular reason that you might not have heard of why you may be struggling with that left-to-right curvature, where we see excessive curvature left to right. This simply happens because the club face at the point you strike the ball is pointing where the ball starts, but it curves to the right because the club itself is traveling to the left at that. So the yellow stick is where our club face points, the red stick is where our golf club is traveling as we're striking the golf ball. So for this setup here, we would see the ball start along that yellow stick and curve out to the right hand side. Now that sounds simple in isolation, but that's not all of it. How you strike the ball on the club face is going to play a massive impact to how that ball is going to fly. If we strike the ball out the heel of the club face, so this side of the center of the face, what happens is that the heel of the club face is stopped by the golf ball, the toe keeps going, so the toe keeps closing down at that point of impact. And as that happens, the ball takes off further left because essentially the club face is now more shut because the toes kept going, the heel has stopped. So the ball starts actually further left, but due to the center of gravity in the club face, it actually causes the ball to spin to the right hand side. So it changes the tilt that the ball spins at, and it makes it curve more at the right hand side. So we know now that if we strike it out the heel of the club, we are going to hit more left to right curvature. Let's talk a bit more about striking. Let's flesh this out a little bit more. So we strike it out of the center of the face, the ball goes straight. But if we address that ball out of the center of the face, we don't actually strike it out of the center. And here's the reason why. With a driver, the ball's up in a tee, it's up in the air. So for us to strike the golf ball out of the center of the club face, the golf club has to go up, yes? If we strike it out of here, we're going to hit it out the top part of the club face, out the crown. So for that golf club to go up, as long as we don't change our distance from the ball, then it actually moves the strike more towards the heel. Can you see that? So if I just move the golf club straight up here in isolation, and I don't change how far I am from the golf club, then we actually are going to strike it much more towards the heel. So with a driver in particular, this is different for all of our other clubs because the ball isn't up in a tee. But with a driver in particular, because the ball's so high up in a tee, we actually want to address it more towards the toe. And as you'll see here, if I lift that up straight from the toe, we're going to see it's now much more at the center. Now that is number one reason why driver is so different than all of our other clubs and why we may see a massive difference in the curvature that we hit with our driver compared to our irons. Let me know your thoughts on that, drop a comment down below and hit the link in the description for my free guide to taking 10 shots off your scores in 5 simple steps.